We do have a couple of presentations this evening, and the first one is to receive a presentation from the student San Bruno delegation on their visit to San Bruno's sister city, Narita, Japan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and council members. Kampaiwa, or good evening, as we've been saying for the last week and a half. These are some of the delegates from last week's trip to Narita, Japan. This year marks the 20th anniversary of the San Bruno-Narita Sister City relationship, and our delegation of 4 adults, 14 children received a very warm welcome by the city/school staff, the volunteers, the members of the Narita International Friendship Society. In addition to some of the gifts that were given to us, to the city, and some of the souvenirs we brought back, in front of you, Mr. Mayor, there is a gift from Mayor Koizumi, and we have brought it back, and if you would like to open it at this time.
I will.
Open.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Like a silk something.
I can't see from here, and we left it sealed the whole time.
On display later after the meeting. Very nice, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Some of the planned events for our visit were a trip to the Chiba Marines baseball game, a tour of City Hall and the fire station, visits to 1 high school and 3 junior high schools. We made candy pastries, necklaces, and practiced our calligraphy. We saw temples, museums, and an auto college. We participated in the Gion Festival, had home visits, and slept one night in the temple. There were wonderful lunches, hosted dinners, and a barbecue in the rain that featured both fireflies and fireworks. In addition, the students had separate experiences with their homestay families, and they would like to share some of those experiences with you now.
All right, and just before that, I'm going to open this up. This is the stop here. There we are.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Now, the kids.
Always hard to go first.
Hi. My name is Ryan Marquez. This is Eric Yip. That's Jonathan Diaz. And during our homestay, we stayed with 3 families. First family, 3 nights. Second family, 2 nights. Then the last one, only 1 night. And we learned a lot about their cultures, and it really opened our eyes of how everything works in Japan. And yeah. We'd like to say thank you to all the teachers and chaperones who watched us and helped us throughout our trip in Japan. Eric would like to give a few words.
That's quick. We had a lot of fun. It was a great experience. Definitely enjoyed it. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm Jonathan Diaz, and during my experience there, it was like very amazing. Like seeing Japan and everything was like so amazing for me. And like when we were alone with the families, they took us to like Disneyland, and that was pretty fun. It's like, yeah.
Hi, I'm Amanda Taylor. Japan was probably one of the greatest experiences of my entire life. We stayed with 3 families, and we went to an experience museum where it was like old Japan, like a little town of it, and it was like really cool. And I want to thank like all the people who made this trip possible for me. And it was really awesome. Thank you very much.
Hi, I am Bristeda, and this is Juliana, and we stayed with 3 families and stood at 2 nights. The first family kind of took us to the beach and the lighthouse, and to the mall as well, and same with the other families. And do you want to say anything else?
I think the best part was actually going to the beach the first day. We went to a sushi shop, and right next door was a shop that showed us how to cut everything, and it was amazing. And this was one little amazing out of fantastic events, including the Gion Festival and going to the temple. I found it fantastic to go. It was very different from our life here in America. And I thank all of you who made it possible, and I wish that I could do this again someday.
My name's Elisa Welsh, and I stayed with one family the entire trip. We went to a lot of different restaurants, and they took us to Tokyo Disney Sea, and we toured like around the city and did a lot of walking around, and it was really fun. And I'd like to say thank you, and I had a really great time, and I hope to go again. Hi everyone, my name's Taylor Julian, and this is Amanda Keys. We stayed at 3 families' houses, and it was definitely amazing and a great experience.
The first host family took us to Tokyo Disney Sea, and we had a lot of fun there. It's very different from American Disneyland. It was a really cool experience.
The second family was really great. They actually, their grandma made us handmade kimonos, and we got to try them on, and we took a lot of pictures, and it was so much fun. And we definitely expanded our horizons, and we definitely saw how other people got to live in all the different cultures, and it really like opened our eyes.
And the third family they were also very nice, and they took us to the mall.
Definitely a lot of shopping.
We really enjoyed that, and they were everybody was very nice to us, and it was amazing to see how welcoming they were, even if they didn't always understand what we were saying. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting us go.
Hi, I'm Cinda Matthews, and I'm a 7th grade special education teacher at Parkside, and it was my pleasure chaperoning these students on the trip. So first of all, I want to say that as parents and as community members, you should all be so proud of these students and the way they represented the city of San Bruno. I could not be more pleased with their behavior and their maturity on this trip. They spent countless hours preparing to go. They learned speeches. They memorized their speeches in Japanese. And the people of the City Council of Narita were so impressed with their ability to memorize and speak to them in their language. They came up with 3 different performances that they did on separate occasions, and they practiced, and it was wonderful. They had so much fun. The friendships that they made with the other students, you know, from an educational standpoint, there is nothing that they will probably experience again in their, you know, high school career at least, that won't match this hands-on experience. So in the spirit of the 20th anniversary of this Sister City program, it is very important to both the community and to the students of Parkside that they bring this experience back and share it with the rest of the school and community. So thank you for letting me participate in this. And let's give these kids a round of applause, because they certainly deserve it.
My name is Liam Kern, and when we went with our host families, I went to Tokyo, went shopping, had some real fun. So we also did go to Disneyland, which was pretty cool, I guess. All right, thank you.
Thanks. I just wanted to thank the mayor, council, and the city of San Bruno for the opportunity to participate in this event. It's something that my daughter did a couple of years ago, so I was really excited about following in her footsteps. I also want to personally commend Miss Matthews and Miss Delaney on their children. They truly represented your city. Young diplomats, we teased them quite a bit about that, but they did an outstanding job. San Bruno was well represented in our sister city. I also want to compliment Mr. Randy Schwartz here, who as the lead dignitary for this group really handled the whole trip quite well, led by example for the rest of us. And I think that as a whole, we well represented your city, and thank you again for the opportunity.
And just briefly, we did bring back a few home movies, but we're going to do them in a very brief fashion. So put the lights. There's just a few shots of our stay. Up in the upper left-hand corner is a tray that was presented to the mayor as a gift from the students. In the middle is Mayor Ruane's gift to Mayor Koizumi. By the way, Chiba Marine, the home team, did win 9-7. This is the Auto College, and all the cars in the bottom left-hand corner, we were given rides in those around racetracks or off-roading by professional drivers. Some of the temples that we saw. Good meals, and I should say great friends. The Narita Fire Department gave us demonstrations, and there's a picture of Cinda and Greg, and yes, they are in the top bucket up there. The schools, the high schools, did some bug exhibits that were very memorable to the kids forever and ever, I think. And we also visited 3 of the junior high schools where our kids were placed and got to go into the classes. They stayed with the school all day long. One thing that was very interesting, much different than our schools here, was immediately after lunch is cleanup time. And all the students have times when designated areas in the school where they scrub floors, sweep stairs, and take pride in their schools.
What a great idea.
More of the temples we visited, including the 31-foot tall Buddha. More good friends there. And the one I would like to point out here is the upper right-hand corner. During our trip, we had a birthday party. So, Ryan, congratulations on being 14. Greg and I also, paying close attention to parks and recreation facilities, looked at bike opportunities, safety, swimming pools, playgrounds, etc. We participated in the Gion Festival. And to wrap it up, some more of our good friends, some of our host families, our volunteers, and our guides on the trip. So I agree with all of the group. Thank you very much for the opportunity. It really is a wonderful experience. As a reminder that the celebration of the 20th anniversary will continue in mid-August. There will be 29 delegates from Narita that will be visiting here. August 18th will be the main celebration. We will be having a tour behind the scenes of some of the airport museums, and we will be having a lunch with the Rotarians. But later on in the afternoon, from 4:30 until 6 o'clock, there will be a celebration, a re-signing of the relationship, and a little bit of a celebration after that. The public is welcome to attend. There will be more details coming out within the next couple of weeks, but that will be from 4:30 until 6 p.m. on Wednesday, August 18th, here at the Senior Center. And thank you very much.
Great. Thank you very much. And we know that the students always represent us very, very well. I was over there 5 years ago now, almost 6 years ago, with then Mayor Franzella, and boy, they just talked about the kids coming over, So it's great. And we're looking forward to the 20th year celebration, as Randy said, and there'll be more information on it in the press and I'm sure on our cable TV. So we'd like you in some way, somehow, to participate, and you'll probably see some of the council members there that you had a chance to meet in Narita. So once again, boy, you guys had a great trip. It's a great way to start the summer. So congratulations.
Thank you.
We do have one more presentation, and this is very special. Certificate of, oh, I'm sorry. Nina. Did you want to say something? Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nina Keys, and my daughter Amanda Keys was one of the students who attended the Narita Exchange Program. And I just want to take a few moments to kind of give you the parents' perspective of what this program means to us and what we hope it means to the city of San Bruno and everyone who participates in it. It was so special for us because for some of our families, this has been a 2-year process. Some of our children had intended on going during the summer of 2009, but because of the H1N1 virus issue, the city of Narita had canceled the program for last summer. And so our students from last summer carried over to this summer's program. So those 8 students chose to stay with the program, and then 6 additional students were brought in for this year's program for a total of 14 for our delegation. I think it was really important for us to be able to stand here as part of the Parkside community and say, look at what our kids can do, and look at what a wonderful community we have at Parkside and in the city of San Bruno. Middle school is a really tough time, and given all of the difficulties that we are having in funding schools and the education for our children right now, things like this, programs like this are just even more important now than they ever have been in the past. So we would like to say thank you to everyone who is involved. First of all, to the Sister City Committee, everyone who is involved with that group, and the City of San Bruno for maintaining that relationship, because we realize it is a big effort for everyone to be involved in something like this. So thank you very much. Also, specifically from the City of San Bruno, Randy Schwartz and Greg Pierce for going on this program with our children. I know you've had your own teenagers, but I'm sure having 14 teenagers all at one time was something very different, not exactly what you expected, but thank you for taking such good care of our children. To the San Bruno Park School District, and particularly to our principal, Angela Adiego, and our assistant principal, Dan Little. Without their support and their saying okay every time we tried to do a fundraiser or tried to do something else to bring the community together for the Narita program, they were just outstanding, and it meant a lot to us that we had their support all the way. Also to the students of Parkside School. When we hosted the Narita students from Japan during March, we spent a day and a half with those students at Parkside. And the Parkside students were wonderful. They were welcoming. They had all been given sheets of paper with some standard Japanese sayings, and they were constantly using them with the Japanese students and just helping them to feel part of our community. So thank you so much to Parkside. And finally, we would really like to thank specifically the teachers who were involved. Jonna Cabrera, who is not here this evening, Jonna's been involved with the program for a countless number of years and had hoped to attend the program this year but was unable to do so. She spent hours working behind the scenes, working with the city, working with the school district, working with the representatives directly from the city of Narita. Without Jonna and all of her background work, this program would never have happened. So thank you to Jonna. To Kelly Delaney, who was one of our teacher chaperones who unfortunately couldn't make it this evening. Kelly took the time between finishing her master's and starting her PhD in the fall to spend part of her summer with our children in Narita. So thank you so much for all of that. And to Cinda Matthews, who's here with us tonight. Cinda took a week and a half away from her family to be with our kids this summer, and I can't tell you how many hours she and Kelly and Jonna spent with our kids after school, on weekends, during the first few weeks of summer break, helping them with their speeches, their dances, helping them to understand that they are representing not just Parkside, but the city of San Bruno, and by extension, the United States of America. So we wanted to give a special thank you to Cinda, and so this is from the parents, Cinda. Thank you very much for the time. We look forward to the continuation of the celebration of the 20th anniversary of the Sister City program, and thank you again.
Thank you very much. Any other Naritas I might have forgotten here? Okay, we do have a very special presentation. We're going to present a certificate of appreciation to Bob Stanton for 14 years of service to the City of San Bruno as a Parks and Recreation Commissioner. I'd like to read this. City Council of the City of San Bruno, State of California, whereas in June of 1996, Bob Stanton, a longtime resident of San Bruno, was appointed by the City Council to serve as a member of the Parks and Recreation Commission, and whereas Bob Stanton has served faithfully and played a vital role in the important work of the committee for more than 14 years as a member of the Parks and Recreation Commission until his resignation on July 1st, 2010, and whereas the exemplary conduct and sense of fairness Bob Stanton has demonstrated in all his activities has furthered the cause of better understanding and has been an influence for good in the growth and progress of our community. Now, therefore, I, Jim Ruane, Mayor of the City of San Bruno, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor, and speaking on behalf of the entire City Council and all our citizens, do hereby tender to Bob Stanton the certificate of public recognition, extending our deep appreciation for his distinguished service on the San Bruno Parks and Recreation Commission. We wish him success in all future endeavors. Bob.
You're right. I just want to say thank you for this, everybody. It's been a pleasure serving for 14 years. Seen a lot of changes, a lot of good things happen around town. Randy's made it a lot easier, and the staff that we have today works really hard for the city, and you made some good choices picking them as employees. I want to thank some of the commissioners who are here tonight that we spent most of the time with. Dave Nigel's been on there forever. I mean, I just want to say thank you again, and hopefully I'll come back for a visit and see Lions Field natural turf.
It will.
Thank you very much.
Great.
Commissioner Dave Nigel, Parks and Recreation Commission. As you stated, Mr. Mayor, Bob has distinguished himself as an outstanding commissioner. For those 14 years, he was very active. He took his responsibilities seriously, and it was a pleasure to work with him. And I can state that from my colleagues, 5 of whom are here tonight from the commission. And as he starts his new phase of life, we're going to miss him. And we hope you appoint someone as good as he is, because we need one. And we wish him well and good health and much success as he starts his new life in the East Bay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David.
Vice Mayor? Very quick, I'm going to only speak because of the relationship I've had with Bob. Remembering on the softball field as he coached the Chargers, it goes back a long ways when we used to coach against each other. As a former employee when you were on the commission, to when I joined the commission, to when I'm up here on the council. All of the years that you've given before even on the commission, your commitment, your honesty, your dedication, and your love to the youth and the programs of this community are greatly appreciated by myself, and I know many people that you've touched along the way and have supported and guided as you have taught and given of your time and away from your family over the years. So from me, thank you, and you've always been a good person, a great man, and a good friend. And I wish you the best in your new endeavor. And again, you know where San Bruno is, so don't be afraid to stop on by.
Thank you very much, Bob. Great.